All right, so Mono Red Tremors, we've played this list a few times in the past. Basically, the idea is you get Impact Tremors or Purphoros out alongside Norin the Wary, or like Goblin Rabblemaster here, or like Kari Zev making tokens. You just like slowly ping them to death. We've got some Ensnaring Bridges we can hide behind. We've got some Outpost Sieges for card advantage and some more pinging, so a lot of different things we can do. Does Windows have virtual workspaces baked in yet? I don't actually know the answer to that question. I actually don't use virtual workspaces as much anymore since I have 3 monitors at my battle station, but when I was in college, I definitely used virtual workspaces a ton when I was just like working off my laptop. This is my favorite EDH deck. Wait, did I already update the Stream Decker? Yeah, I'd already updated the Stream Decker. We were good. Yeah, virtual workspaces are the control shift left right multi-desktop thing. It does have virtual workspaces finally. God bless. I think this is a keep. I think. Hopefully they're playing a deck that can't beat Eidolon or can't beat Bridge. Assisithar, thank you very much for the 6-month resubscription. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. Jund will be going back in the queue for later. My system here is very simple. The people that support me dictate what we play and how soon we play it. So we have a rule where I set up the decks that we're playing for the day at the start of the stream, and then if someone wants to bump a deck to $100, they get to cut the line with that one, and we have that for Mono Red Tremors, so here we are. I really like having the system that we have. It like takes all of the onus away from me from having to decide what we play. It's like, nah, I didn't choose this. Y'all chose this. You have but yourselves to blame. This is a matchup where Ensnaring Bridge is good. If we can get our hand empty and not die to our own Eidolon, we'll be in a very good spot here. Gosh! Unlike most places on the internet, you're not allowed to post unsubstantiated bullshit here, so please leave. Do I want a Goblin Rabblemaster here? I think so. Yeah, I think this is just like Rabblemaster, make a token attack, and then next turn I can go Bridge plus Bolt plus land. Yeah, that's true, actually. Just get out of here permanently. You're probably a pretty unpleasant person. They're going to sing us the song of the people, chat. I think if they offer this trade, I'm going to take it here. Just like keep my health total high. I didn't bolt their Champion of the Parish on turn 1 because I wanted to be able to bolt a Kite Sail freebooter. And like the Champion of the Parish is going to get locked out by the Ensnaring Bridge. So since I had the bridge, I didn't feel compelled to do that ASAP. Am I like sometimes I feel like I'm the only person in the world who has mathematic degrees that like hates LaTeX. Like it's really terrible, chat. I do not understand why people like LaTeX. I don't get it. It's so awful. I wrote probably 90% of my undergrad and grad math papers using just the LibreOffice typesetting. All right, so I'm going to choose cons here because I think I want to draw some extra cards. Like Microsoft Office, Google Docs, LibreOffice, OpenOffice, all of those have a math typesetting thing, and they all work very well and are very easy to use compared to tech. Cloudazer, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Jeff, I just watched a video where you said you were streaming on Sunday, so here I am. What's going on, Saw3? Remember, you can always find my schedule on my website too, jeffhoagland.com/gaming. Schedule is right up there. They copied Kari, Zev. Okay. So Impact Tremors. What do we exile? We got a land. Sweet. I think I'm just going Impact Tremors into Eidolon here. Casting this might be wrong, honestly. If I draw a Bolter and a Abrade, I'm going to kill this. Yeah, but like Google Docs can have multiple people editing the same file, said Mephisto. So like you don't need multi-file stuff. Alright, sweet. And then Goblin Rabblemaster is going to quickly be lethal here on the back of Impact Tremors. No, the land only does damage to players. So this is how we kill from behind a bridge. You just get Rabblemaster going here. He makes a token that can't attack, and then Impact Tremors dings them with it. A last edited date is not a bad idea. I'm going to kill my Eidolon here. So they're dead to modern staple Ramunap Ruins here. They need like a Kessig Malcolm Tense to not die. I didn't have enough mana for that. Oh, no, you can't pitch Spirit Guide for mana, Large Brandon, so it was exiled to Outpost Siege. So, if it hadn't been exiled to Outpost Siege, you're right, that would have been a winning line. Alright, I'm gonna trim the Eidolons. We bring in all the removal. I'm gonna trim Zurgo. We're really just not beating down in this matchup most of the time. Oh, Kari, Zev. I could have attacked with Kari to make a thing, and then the Rabblemaster would have made a thing, and then I would have... Yeah, you're right, you're right. When can we get Hoagland shirts? Soon, TM. I have an artist working on some stuff. I'm not super happy with the cartoon that I have right now, so I'm waiting to get some new art assets. We're gonna hopefully have some like some Hoaglandia themed artwork. This is a mulligan. I guess I have double removal spell. Yeah, that one's just old. It's just old. I really need a Cragstone Forge Mystic. What do we think on this? Something like I stopped by Hoaglandia and all I got was a timeout in this t-shirt. That's definitely gonna be once we get stuff figured out. More lands is medium. Alright, if they name Abrade, we can concede because they're ghosting. You know. Alright. Them's the beats sometimes. Them's the beats. This hand's great. We get to put Ensnaring Bridge into play before they can name it with Meddling Mage because they know we have it. Sure, but like... Belligerent Mars, would you accept that it's logical that there should be 4 lightning bolts in my deck and not guaranteed 4 Abrades, much less 2 Abrades in my hand at that current point in time? Like, that's why the naming Abrade is spooky. It's not naming Abrade is spooky because they know we have it in our deck. It's spooky because you should name Lightning Bolt because there's definitely 4 lightning bolts. That ghost emote is A+, though, so they're giving us a reason to use one of my favorite emotes, so... He's just like, so... Oh no, I'm a ghost! Yeah, bolting the Noble Hierarch's generally pretty wrong. Unless you have a ton of removal, you generally want to let the Noble Hierarch live and just actually kill the things that you really care about. The things that actually kill you. Generally speaking, the opponent's deck doesn't have things that kill every artifact in play, so getting a backup bridge lets us play through, like, Reclamation Sage better here. Alright, Bolt's a good draw. I tried to Hugo Ghost and it didn't. I realized I hadn't sent in my Prime sub. Thank you, Vorastral, for the 5 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Load the meme cannon t-shirt. I do feel like load the meme. We definitely need a meme cannon related t-shirt. I feel like. Hand over fist 64 with that brand new Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and kill this now, so that way they can't put in another one of these. Please, Punk's not dead. Thank you for the Prime and welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed this month. Temple of Tilt, yep. No blocks on this Dahlia's Lieutenant, because I want my Goblin Rabblемasters to survive. Because Rabblemaster making tokens is going to kill them via Impact Tremors. The Yugi Boy one might get me in trouble with copyright stuff. So that may or may not be a thing that happens. Yeah, I think this deck is very reasonable. It has a lot of tools to be competitive in a lot of matchups. And Ensnaring Bridge is just like a good card in Modern. I think I'm just going to bolt them here. I just want to keep my hand empty. Rita Man, thank you very much for checking out Honey. I really appreciate that. I haven't shilled Honey yet today. I've been slacking. On my extra days, I slack on the plugin. If you're someone that's really interested in supporting my content, you don't have actual dollar dues to send me, installing the browser add-on Honey via my affiliate link there, that bit.ly/HugoHoney, that supports my content at no cost to yourself. So if you're looking for a cost-free way to help me keep doing what I do here, consider installing that add-on. It's actually really useful. Christy actually had it on her computer before they reached out to sponsor me. It finds you coupon codes for stuff you're shopping for online. Would I ever play Turns? Frozen Kraken, Turns is actually at the top of the queue almost, and we'll likely be playing it tomorrow. Unless we have, like, 6 Cut the Line donations tomorrow, we're finally gonna play Blue-White Turns tomorrow. Blue-White Turns has gotten pushed back, like, every day for the last week. It's been a little extreme. Someone, thanks for checking out, Honey. Are you only for this league here? Yeah, this is my last league of the day, Saw 3. This is my third league that we've played today. This is the first match, though, so we've got 4 more matches after this one. How budget-friendly is this deck? Sans the Ensnaring Bridges, it's very cheap. I think Eidolon might cost some dollars. You can cut the Eidolons. The bridges, I think, are pretty necessary. Alright, so they're dead on board. Kher Keep hits them for 1. Rabblemaster's hit them for 1. Kher Keep hits them for 1. No, we've got 4 matching bridges. I already shilled for Honey. Let's shill for the rest of them real quick here. Thanks for hanging out, folks. I appreciate it. This is one of my extra weekend streams. Thanks for dropping by. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time during the week. I'm here Monday to Friday, generally 11 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time currently. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep my butt in this seat as often as I am. Past that, you can support myself by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. Love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you, and if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey, we just talked about. They have a wonderful browser add-on that you can install using link bit.ly/HugoHoney to support my stuff. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 8 weeks now, and we really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new foam mattress by checking out links bit.ly/HugoBedUS and bit.ly/HugoBedCA. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about your complimentary timeout. How much to get you to play another league today? Everybody has a price. You'd have to ask my boss that. So one of our friends is having a birthday party for their 1-year-old this evening. So we're supposed to be leaving by like 3:30 or 4 to do that. So you'd have to ask my boss how much she'd take to be late to that. Let's put the 1-year-old on stream. Putting other people's children on your Twitch stream is a big no-no. Don't do that. We don't run Blood Moon because I don't think Blood Moon is very good in Modern right now. Blood Moon tends to shine against decks like Jeskai and Jun, decks that are grindy and interactive. And this deck's pretty good against grindy interactive decks as is. Sand doesn't really accomplish that much, right? I'm gonna keep this. Meh. It does have like Norin in it, so like any Impact Tremors or Purphoros or Outpost Siege, articulation is important, gets very good. Mutavault. Fizzy. Remember when we were talking about Ensnaring Bridge being good in Modern? I would... also, Abrade is great in Modern. Abrade is real good. I'm gonna finish my last little cookie snack here. All right. Which mode do I choose on this? So dragons actually hits creatures. So if I choose dragons, we just get to shoot all their stuff. Can they ever beat the dragons mode on this card with Norin in play? Right? They're just never gonna beat the dragons mode, right? Alright, let's go. Thanks, Toaster. And like, it's not like they can keep Norin from triggering, because he can attack to trigger himself. Also, Nickelby, this card is a lot better in the creature matchups too, not only because it gives you the option to kill creatures in the creature matchups, but it also can't be attacked is a big deal. The fact that it's card advantage that has to be taken off the table by like destroy target enchantment, I think is a big deal. Jeskai spirits, interesting. Okay. Sure. Come at me. I think I just let this happen. I could bolt this, but I think that's probably not worth it. Woo! 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 Baby. Oh, baby. All right. All right, we're doing our thing, chat. Oh, we're doing our thing. The spirit guides seem sweet. The spirit guides are good with bridge, too. All right, I kind of dig this. I'm kind of digging this. They're going to get you. They're going to get you. Don't blink, opponent. If you blink, Norin's coming for you. Can you feel the impact? Can you feel the impact? Why are you quaking in your booties, opponent? You're quaking over there? Quaking in your booties? Oh no, don't spell Queller my Squee, opponent. How will I ever win if you spell Queller my Squee? The tastiest of 2-1s. The tastiest of 2-1s. Squee the Immortal. Midnight Haunting. Okay. Okay. That is a modern legal card. That is a modern legal Magic the Gathering card. I would like to kill this one. Please and thank you. All right, they're giving it the college best over there. They are certainly putting up a fight. What's going on, X-Lepus? Maybe, we'll see. I'm not sure. Oh, this is gonna let them... Wow, that's aggressive. So they're gonna, like, animate Mutavault and attack here, or block here? So, are they dead? So this does 1 up here. That would put them to 8. Norin puts them to 7. Bolt puts them to 4. Norin puts them to 3. And then, yeah, they're actually exactly dead here because the Legend Rule is going to kill the other Norin. Yeah, Legend Rules trigger Siege. All right, yeah, so they should be exactly dead, I believe. I hope I haven't miscounted, because if I miscounted, we might be dead on the backswing, but I believe they are exactly dead. Tobado, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So he goes away. We get to Outpost Siege them. This puts them to 3. Yeah, and then the Norins are going to re-enter, each deal 1. And then when 1 leaves from the Legend Rule, Outpost Siege will trigger again and they'll die. Guess who's back? Back again. Norin's back. And he brought a friend. Guess who's back? Norin's back. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Bear-do-do. Bear, 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 bear-do-do. Do-do-do-do. We created a monster. Nobody wants to see monster no more. They want Norin. He's chopped liver. Alright, Outpost Siege is kind of, like, absurd here. Purphoros is a little bit expensive. Squee is a little bit expensive. That was a sweet win. You are not wrong. This deck is great. You show me the red button again. You're the worst, Matthew. I subbed just for the Jeff Sigig segment. God bless. You know? I do what I can. This is probably not an Eidolon matchup, right? I'm pretty sure this card comes out in all the aggressive matchups. Outpost Siege. Do I just want all the sieges? I think I do. I think Zurgo's actually okay here. I feel like we can afford to be like a little bit aggressive in this matchup. Awesome. Well, I am glad you're enjoying it, and thanks for help keeping me here. I appreciate it. Wouldn't be here as often as I am with my butt in the chair standing up without all of y'all. I think I like this. The spirit guides, like, make the bridges better too, which is sweet. Thanks everyone for hanging out, by the way. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. This is going to be my last league today, but I'll be back tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is me Monday. Yeah, I think this hand is fine. Got some removal spells. I get to curve Impact Tremors into Rabblemaster potentially. If they go turn 1 Vial, do I turn 1 Abrade them? I think I do, right? Just a Wanderer, okay. Let's go! Giddy up! Alright. Riding down. Alright, don't play a removal spell. My opponent has disconnected. I hope that that's just awkward timing and not some turn 1 Rabblemaster assault. Hopefully they're just having an internet connection issue. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to add this deck to the website. This archetype is sweet. We've played this deck a few times in the past on stream. So if you think this deck is sweet and you want to see more of it, be sure you check out my YouTube channel. It definitely won't be added to my website probably till like Wednesday or so. Hello, Declan. Do you want to say hi to the internet?
I wanted to give the people a bingo square.
You want to give him a bingo square? Oh, what's wrong, bud? Your hair looks cute when it's combed.
Why are you whining?
Is it tough being 3? It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life for D. It's a hard knock life. Do 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 do. Is your mouth okay? Why are we eating our finger?
Why are you being a weirdo?
Who's that? Who's that? I see a smile. You know who that is.
Wait.
Who is that?
Wait.
It's your face?
Yeah.
Why are we, what's with the finger, dude?
Why is your finger in your mouth, weirdo?
The chat wants to know how much you'd have to be paid for me to do another league after this to be late. 400. There you go. There's a number. There's a number.
That's yours.
Oh, is that a Matt? You see Uncle Matt?
I thought you. That's you. That's you. See me again? Robots.
Oh, robots.
Oh, mommy.
There's mommies and robots.
Mommy. Don't you, mommy? More mommies.
Volcanic Meadow. Thank you very much for the checking out, honey. I appreciate that.
Wait, it's just right here.
Those are mints. You won't like them.
His hair is on point today.
His hair is on point.
Why that's mints?
Yeah, they're not very good. You picked a good time to come in, Declan. Our opponent is currently disconnected. Pabst, thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. Sorry for the downtime, you know. Sometimes there's disconnects.
Daddy, why it's a straw here?
There's no straw, because Dad doesn't need the straw, because he's a big boy.
Why?
Again, look, I can drink without a straw. This is pretty impressive.
I try.
No straw needed. It's a skill game, really, drinking without a straw.
A puppy.
You and your kid make me want to have kids send help. I mean, this one is pretty great.
Pikachu.
A Pikachu? You know your Pokemon? I think that's like the only one he knows.
Cookies.
Those are cookies. They say nom underneath them. Are the pictures fun? Yeah.
Me.
And you?
Pikachu.
The people on the internet are sending you pictures. This would be a good way to figure out if my emotes are recognizable. I could like put them in front of Declan and be like, what is this?
Oh man, that guy's his name.
That guy's what?
Mini Koopa, thank you for the biddies. Bits for Declan. I guess we'll have to put those towards a go toy, huh?
Declan, can you say thank you for the bits?
That's a good try. Like a solid C+. How old is Declan? You are 3. Are you 3? How old are you?
2.
No, you're not 2.
How old are you?
Ooh, we got a live one. All right, we're back. All right, Declan, you say bye, internet?
No.
He's being good.
All right, you can hang out as long as you're good, okay? If you're loud, you have to be banished.
The internet wants to know how old you are. Can you tell them? You're wee.
You're wee?
No, I wee.
3.
How many is 3?
fingers is that?
Look at that. Look at you. Good job.
1, 2, 3.
This was my hand.
Wonder if they're gonna attack here. We're definitely like abrading the Supreme Phantom, and like they can probably read that we'll likely have a removal spell that they'll want to counter here. So like they know. Oh god, that's such a good draw. All right, so I think we definitely want to abrade here and just like keep their board small.
No. I want to hang out there.
Yeah, I want to hang out with Daddy.
You hang out, Jake, I think.
Declan just told Christy to go hang out with Jake. I don't know if you could hear that.
So that he could hang out with Daddy.
All right. Turns out turn 1 Rabblemaster is a really quick clock.
Mike up there. Mommy.
Steve Flogger with the $3 donation.
Daddy.
Go Toy Fund donation.
Daddy, don't you.
That is me.
Declan wants me to go upstairs. Do you want me to take him with me?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I love you, but you gotta go upstairs with Mom.
No.
Declan is only 3, but he has like mastered the manipulation game. Do you see this? This is not by accident. You know what you're doing, right?
Can we go
You're just
upstairs
like
now?
you're just like prime manipulator. All right, so long, kiddo.
Daddy.
Bye, Declan. Yep, we're all gonna go to the party together. All right, so they actually don't have a lot going on here, right? Do I just like... Is it nuts to just like ship and then like abrade the Mutavault when they go to block with it? Because that's what this is, right? This is either a removal spell or they're going to... I think I'm going to enter combat and see what they do. Or try to enter combat, because if they have a removal spell, they're going to kill the Rabblemaster before we get to attackers. No, this doesn't cast Queller, chat. This doesn't cast Queller. This is not Hold Up Queller. I guess I should have walked through that, right? Like, Mountain, Mutavault, Hallowed Fountain don't cast Queller. So that's why I'm like trying to like dictate like figure out what they could have. I think if they just go to block with Mutavault, I'm just going to abrade it. Because, like, they're at 11. So, like, if they just, like, go to block with Mutavault here and we just, like, kill it in response, they're, like, really far behind. Hey, Zawi, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. If they have a Rattle Chains here, I get in a little bit of trouble here. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Okay, so they take the Rabblemaster off the table and they only take 1 here. Alright, so it'll be interesting to see if they can stabilize here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Can I get my first time out as a sub? Of course, I got you. Thanks for the support. Alright, this is just easy second Rabblemaster. Just like slam them for 1. I wonder how many removal spells they have in their deck if they're playing Snapcaster Mage. They must have, like, Lightning Bolts and Helixes, right? Not Stalin, 2 months away from that sweet, sweet sword. Thank you very much for the 10-month free subscription there. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Okay. I mean... I think I'm supposed to put this on cons. I think I'm supposed to put this on cons. I feel like because I don't have a Norin, if I like put it on dragons and like they kill my Rabblemaster, I'm just like in a bad spot. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Marty. And I think, like, we're at a high enough health total that, like, we can afford to play this game in a way that, like, makes it go a little bit longer. Just like, a really easy thing to do when you're playing Magic, in my experience, is that it's easy to, like, when you're ahead, to stop thinking about how you can get behind. You just kind of, like, start making plays kind of point and click, as opposed to, like, still continuing to carefully think through all of the decisions that you could be making. All right, I'm going to put the second Rabblemaster into play and just smash their face here. Although I suppose we could get Quellered now at this point. Just a friendly reminder that my Twitch chat is not Magic Google. I can't actually bolt the Queller because it's gonna be a 3/4 because of Supreme Phantom. But bolting the Queller is definitely a legal play. I agree with that assessment. I think I'm gonna bolt the Spell Queller here. If they have an image or a rattle chains or a lord, I get into trouble with this, but I think I'm supposed to take this line. Maybe I'm supposed to bolt this because it plays around them having another lord. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to bolt the Supreme Phantom. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to bolt the Supreme Phantom here. Yeah. No, I'm definitely supposed to play the bolt. The question is, like, where is it supposed to go? Because, like, now I'm in a position that, like, I'm losing this race. And I guess if I would have sent the bolt here, they could have just imaged the Spell Queller and Spell Quellered my bolt, but then, like, any sort of removal would have made that been fine. Yeah, I agree. The opponents used the resources that they had this game very well. Pretty efficiently. What are your thoughts on... I don't do any MTG finance stuff. I don't really know how to predict stuff like that. Their username is Gargamel, but they have a 6 instead of a G out front. So we get 2 shots and an Ensnaring Bridge next turn, right? Unless I'm taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So any Lord is lethal here. Lord or Phantasmal Image are lethal. Alright, so we get to take game 3 on the play here. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. I wonder if choosing dragons would have been better because it meant our 1/1s would do damage. Maybe. We would have had less tools that game though. Like I think the biggest mistake I made that game was where I pointed that lightning bolt. I think is what ended up being the issue. Like if I would have tried to bolt their phantom, I would have been able to. They would have had to spell color me, and then they would have had less lords. And then the next piece of removal we found would have been better. So I think the decision looking back on that game that I would have made differently is I should have pointed the lightning bolt at the other spot, considering the things that they could have had in their hand. It's funny that you're not the first person to comment about the sound of a mechanical keyboard. This is a $10 plastic HP USB keyboard from Amazon that had Prime shipping. I just type quickly. So it's a little bit loud. This hand just like doesn't do enough, right? We're actually not going to get to Jun today, Detroit Lion. We had somebody do a cut the line to push it off. Yeah, my microphone just sits on my desk here in between my two monitors. It's nothing fancy. The graveyard, there's a little arrow here. The little arrow lets you pop it out and pop it back in. That's true. Christy did say I could do another league for 400. The sound quality on the Blue Yeti is A+. The mute button on the A Yeti is like a D-. It's really bad. The mute button on the Yeti is so bad, I don't use it. I use a keyboard shortcut. I'm gonna stand up for the last few matches in this league. Ugh. Legs are getting a little cramp sitting on the chair. Oh, old man Hogland. When you press the mute button, Mini Koopa, even though it makes like the click noise of being pressed, it doesn't actually mute. Those are some A+ Abrades. I agree. I actually kind of like the Fallout Abrades. Thanks for the 23 months, Tron Dragon. I appreciate it. It's bad because it's not always functional, is why it's bad. Someone, thanks for checking out Honey. This is a pretty easy just... Listen, the best piece of advice, and this is why people mess up playing against decks like Spirits and Blue-Red Tempo so much, just because your card is an instant doesn't mean you have to play it on your opponent's turn. Play your instances as sorceries when they're tapped out. Really wanted to draw a land there. At least I can bolt a Spellqueller here, which is nice. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with an XLR mic on my system. I just wanted, like, a decent USB microphone. And, like, the audio quality is fine. Like, I'm not recording studio music here. We just have to translate my voice across the internet, dictating plays in the children's card game. And, like, to be fair, if I had, like, an SM58, SM58s generally don't have a mute button on them. So, like, I would need a hotkey to mute that on and off, too. So it would be exactly the same for me, effectively. What about Dead Gone in this list? I don't know that really solves any problems that we have. Land. 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 Ding. Get my Mogg War Marshal on. Get my Magma Spray on. Get my Zurgo Bellstriker on. I think I'm actually paying... Am I paying to keep Mogg War Marshal here? I don't think so. Probably not. He's just like another Impact Tremor trigger. Yeah, let's just do it. We just want to get them low, right? So that way we can, like, burn them out the mid to late game. Yeah, you have to be, like, pretty flooded in the late game to be worth paying for Mogg War Marshal. Yep, deal. They're down to 9. They tap out for something again here. This Goblin Rabblemaster is just going to bury them. Drawn Dragon, thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. The Rabblemaster gets the stick. We should be in a pretty good spot. He'll dome for at least 2, and then probably at least 1 more effectively. Just like another Drogskull Captain. Yep. Zurgo is not a goblin. He is an orc warrior. Yep. Alright, so we do this. They're gonna get to eat 2 of these, but like we're still at 19, and they're taking like 2 from this and like 3 from this attack. Yeah, this deck is reasonably competitive. For sure. So we're going down to 4 here. No, I want to attack their Craterdom. I think it's worth trading those 2 creatures to get in 3 points of damage inside of that combat step. I'm not throwing those creatures away. I'm turning them into points of damage. That's how you want to look at it. It's all about role assessment. Never forget, chat, the best source of card advantage in Magic is killing your opponent while they still have cards in hand. If I kill my opponent while they have 3 cards in hand, I 3 for 0'd them. Ectomanic, thank you for the 2-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Malurin, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. Thanks for keeping me here, folks. I do appreciate it. All right. Do you have a mana leak? Do you have a removal spell? Do 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 beep 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 do 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 do. I said a boom, chicka boom. Let's get them. Gonna run them down. Don't even gotta click. The goblins are just like, let's go. They should be dead here, right? Like if they had a Helix, they'd have Helix pre-combat. No, I did a little boom chicka boom instead of we like to party. It felt more fitting. The goblins understand how the deck works, right? The goblins know what's up. They're on point. They have a Helix? Whoa, that's some technology, chat. That is modern staple Azurius charm, giving lifelink to their creatures. That is okay. I like the cut of your jib, opponent. That card's sweet. It, like, is removal when you're racing, and it's just, like, a giant health swing like that when you're racing, too. That seems really good. Can you feel the impact of the drums? You cannot kill yourself with a lightning helix. State-based actions are not checked mid-spell. State-based actions are only checked when a spell when in between spells. So yeah, they're not. Neither of us. This is still a really close game now on the back of that Azorius Charm, right? Like they need to find removal or we're gonna be okay here. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Ugh. They're gonna gain another 7 here. I assume they're trading the Snapcaster Mage for 2 points of health as well. And, okay. Okay. Yup. We might be in danger of losing this race. Alright, Grey Ogre, I choose you. Yeah, they're getting ready to turn the corner. Nah, I don't know that clock's gonna be an issue. I think they're gonna be okay. So they have 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 power in play, but one's a ground pounder, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, Staticaster's like annoying, but not the end of the world. Because they still deal damage off Impact Tremors. It's really unfortunate that we didn't see an Ensnaring Bridge in this game or the last game. Yep. Need to find a bridge here. Yeah, we're dead, right? God, that was a close game considering they gained, what, like 20? Yeah, double Azorius Charm is just too much. Yeah, good game's opponent. That was close. Needed to find a bridge in either of those games that were close to just lock them out. I was like trying to think of a card they could have that like got them out of that there, and I like Azorius Charm was just like nowhere near on my radar. I'm gonna time you out for that. Do you think Jeskai Charm could be better than the card that just single-handedly won the game in a way no other card could? I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. Three. So one of the things I feel like people miss a lot of the time in Modern, I talk about this a lot actually, Modern is a very tempo-based mana efficient format. And 3 mana cards, while 3 to 2 doesn't seem like a big increase, it's 50% more mana. That's the way you need to think about it. You don't need to think about it as 2 to 3 is only 1 more. You need to think about it as going from 2 mana to 3 mana is 50% more mana. That is so much more. It's so much more difficult to get to. Would I rather turn 1 Eidolon or turn 2 Revel? I think I'd rather turn 2 Revel. Murpher Face. Thanks for the 2-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, it's like 1 to 2 in Legacy. I agree with that. Super Flows, thanks for checking that out. So it looks like they're probably playing Storm here, but I'm still gonna play the Rabblemaster this turn, I think, just because like it's more, it gets more pressure going more quickly. Because, like, next turn I can play Eidolon and, like, still be in a good spot against Storm. They can also be playing, like, a tempo deck of some sort, but Spire Bluff Canal, Serum Visions is generally Storm. Yep, Shivan Reef indicates Storm. I want to attack before I play my card here, because if they have a repeal, there's a chance they might repeal one of these Goblin tokens, because I don't know exactly what we're doing. I don't know if that's strictly true, Stinger. I think there's a lot of Delver-esque decks that are, like, fine against Eidolon, because they can race and, like, have a lot of removal. So they're dead on board. Yeah, definitely Lapis. Like, the 2 to 3 jump is big. Especially in, like, Modern's like a turn 3.5 format. Like, you die early often. So... and then this is lethal even with bolting this, right? Like, the Goblin Rabblemaster attacks for 8, and then this attacks for 2. Are we grape shotting my board here? This must be a grape shot, right? This is like grape shot, kill Eidolon, and a Goblin token. I guess they could theoretically full combo here. If they have like a bunch of they have like ritual Manamorphose gifts, we could die here. If they don't kill us here, God, we're gonna die, aren't we? This is not deterministic. This is not deterministic. So you ditch ritual, and if they don't have another ritual or another Manamorphose, we're not dead yet. I guess if I would have sequenced... That's so absurd. I guess if we would have played Eidolon on 2, I would have then gotten to play Rabblemaster on 3, and then I could have held the Spirit Guide to bolt there. I guess. Man, that feels bad. I did miss that, Saw 3. Thanks for sticking around for a year. Pick up a sword and defend the land from Twitch chat. Yeah, this was probably supposed to be a mulligan. I mean, the reason I've heard cited that Stoneforge Mystic is too good is because cards that you just untap with and likely win the game shouldn't exist. It's just like, well, what if I told you about a card you didn't even have to untap with? Yeah, like they didn't have the mana creature in play, and they killed us through the Eidolon. Like, Gorbatron, thank you for the 7-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Scavenger Grounds is actually a pretty good pickup here. Means that we're going to be able to hold that up once we have a little bit more pressure into play. So I'll probably go, like, hopefully bolt a mana creature here, untap, go, like, ground Rabblemaster, and then we'll just, like, hold grounds up until we kill them. Whoa. You gotta, it's the wrong button. There you go. Time, there you go. Because I don't think Blood Moon's actually very good Gorbatron. I think the matches that Blood Moon gives you free wins against, this deck is already pretty good against them on average. Blood Moon is good against fair interactive decks, and this deck's ability to draw lots of cards with Outpost Siege and like grind them down with Zurgo or with Norin plus Impact Tremors. Oh, I should have played this pre-combat. Sorry, I was talking to chat and not thinking. I missed more than 1 damage. Because it's 1 damage this turn, it's like more damage than that next turn. Alright, we didn't miss anything. No harm, no foul. Am I dead? I've been enjoying Boomsday. I really haven't had a chance to play much Hearthstone. The last couple times I've had a chance to play, I've like picked it up and I've like lost a couple of games with the whatever Hunter Tempo Mage deck I was playing at the moment, and I just got bored because I was losing. Is it worth it to switch in Abrade for a Magma Spray in case of Noxious Survival? It's not worth it because Magma Spray doesn't kill their stuff. It doesn't kill Baral, and they have way more Barals than they do other things. Yeah, basically Mini Koopa. It's basically impossible to break into an established game the way Twitch works. The way Twitch viewer numbers work is basically a rich get richer system. So like if you're not one of the top streamers in a given category, you're just never going to get new viewers, basically is how it works. Unless someone that you know that's already established is willing to host you. Alright, we're going to bolt this in response to the first Manamorphose ritual here and then promptly die anyways. Well, that went better than expected. Okay. Even just being a known pro player is not good enough legit advice. Like, look at the number of people that like have like a lot of events success or like some SCG. There's a ton of people that like have SCG success like I did that just like stream on Twitch and don't have nearly the success that other people do. There's a lot of factors that go into being successful on Twitch, and a lot of them are outside of your control as a streamer. So I know I took 2 damage sequencing this way, but remember, Damping Sphere is symmetrical, so if I would have sequenced differently, I wouldn't have been able to... what's the word I'm searching for? I wouldn't have been able to cast Eidolon afterwards. Host me? I would love to host you if you're streaming sometime, Skullclamp MTG. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I try to host smaller streamers whenever I finish. Because it's the best way. Like, you could be one of the best content producers in the world, and if you can't get people to see what you're doing, you never have any way to grow. And while not every little content producer is amazing, some of them are, and they just need a chance. They just need some people in front of them. They're repealing my Dire Fleet, Daredevil. Okay. I'm just like dead no matter how I slice this, right? Yeah. Game 1 was pretty unfortunate. I think looking back on it, I might have missequenced. Yeah, maybe I was just supposed to play Eidolon on 2 game 1 and then the Rabblemaster on 3. Is YouTube a way to go to the stream, or would it work better vice versa? I actually tweeted something related to that recently. So I've been streaming on Twitch and posting stuff on YouTube for, I don't know, like going on 3 years now. And this is a chart from a website called Social Blade that compares. So like both of these have been going for about the same amount of time, and my Twitch followers are over 30,000, and my YouTube followers are under 15,000 from that same time. And you can see like the growth even just in the last month is 50% more on Twitch than compared to YouTube. Honestly, there's a reason why whenever people ask me about getting started in content, my starting advice is always the same. You should make sure you're doing it because it's something you really like doing and not because you expect to make money at it. I never expected this to be an actual job. The fact that it turned into it is awesome and I love doing it, but I think if you go into it with the mindset of like, I'm going to turn this into a job, you're probably going to be very frustrated and disappointed. Amulet, okay. Guess we just impact and go from there. I feel like Eidolon is not very good. I could see that, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, the only reason we were in that first game against Storm is because of Eidolon. I think Eidolon is reasonable because, like, the decks that we can apply pressure against is going to give us a really good shot there to, like, run them down. It's also, like, disruption against, like, spell-based combo decks. I don't know, maybe I'm overvaluing it. Like, we wouldn't have been in that match against Storm at all if it hadn't been for Eidolon. Gonna be real slow and mopey here. I mean, the problem with sideboard Eidolons is just like, what am I? How many Storm cards am I boarding in, right? Like, I already have 4 wet balls. So, like, basically by main decking the Eidolons, you get kind of more slots in your deck because you don't have to worry about boarding in that many cards. No, I don't think tokens aren't an issue. Storm is the issue. We didn't lose to tokens. We lost to Storm. Like, against any deck that's going wide, we just get to board in 4 copies of Ensnaring Bridge. Seen more than a few videos of people crying on YouTube about how they made streaming a full-time job and they spend like 60 hours a week editing and recording and they make less than minimum wage. Yep. I mean, like, the problem with that is they didn't actually make streaming a full-time job. They just started spending 60 hours a week on it, right? Like, if you're not making your living from it, it's not actually a job, regardless of how you slice it. Yeah, I think that's true. 177. I think there's a pretty big disconnect. Like, I still have people that are like regular viewers on occasion that are like, when I mention my YouTube channel, they're like, "Oh, you have a YouTube channel?" It's just like, "Yep, yep." So I think I want to approach this matchup. I guess Eidolon's kind of medium here. Doesn't really impact their game plan. I guess I'll leave the bolts in because they're reach. I think the bridges are good because they can't kill us through that, obviously. Damping Sphere turns off their double lands. I think this is what I'm going to go with. I guess Mogg War Marshal to grind from this isn't very good. I'm going to leave it an Outpost Siege as another way to kill them from behind bridge. Direfleet could get Ancient Stirrings. I guess Ancient Stirrings does get our bridge and our Damping Sphere, huh? That seems really bad, though. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. I think I just want like Wet Ball or Bridge. Alright. You can check close 7 and unkeepable 6 off your bingo squares, but this 5 is pretty good. Alright, and I think because they let Amulet on 1 here, I'd rather Wet Ball on 2 than anything else. And I can go Grounds, Rabblemaster attack. Did I delete the page talking about my Wizards deck? Nope. There's even a search function to help you find it now. I wonder if on the search function on the side, I should add a drop down of just all of the decks. I probably should do that. That's probably worth doing. So people can just click that and see the names of everything. Why am I working on a Sunday? It should be family day. Christy and I hung out yesterday. We're going to take the kids over to a birthday party later tonight for one of our friends' kids. Alright, so we got that going on for us, I guess. They have 4 lands right now, so that means we shouldn't be dead. They shouldn't be able to tighten us next turn, which is nice. For those wondering why I didn't play the Kari Zev, it's because Damping Sphere is symmetrical, which means I couldn't play the Kari Zev since I'd already cast a Lightning Bolt. I messed up. I should have played the Kari. No, I guess that lets them eat the Goblin. There might have been a merit to playing Kari Zev and bolting on their upkeep. Yeah, I was thinking I didn't want them to eat one of my Goblin tokens, but getting the Kari Zev into play is probably worse than, like, keeping a Goblin token. Am I dead? We could be dead here. If they have Azusa plus Titan, we're dead. I think. No, wait, they're 1 mana short of Titans. No, they're not 1 mana short. They have 2 drops. Yep. Amulet should be a replacement effect, not a trigger. So if it was a replacement effect, the amulets wouldn't stack, but it's not, so they do. They had enough mana to go Azusa, Teleria Wesh, Transmute for Pack Titan. Alright, good games. Good games. Ugh. I think this deck is really, really reasonable against... Yeah, we got Modern out of this league. Yeah, they did crazy. I think this deck is, like, really reasonable against, like, the interactive mid-range decks in this format. And even okay against the aggressive decks. Like, if Ensnaring Bridge has text, you probably have a reasonable shot. Decks like Storm and Tron and Amulet Titan... they're gonna give you a hard time, and I just genuinely don't know if there's a good way to fix those decks kind of running you over. Honestly, maybe exploring splashing a color is the right way to approach those matchups. Like maybe, you know, we talked about Graveyard Hate too. Maybe we play a bunch of Inspiring Vantage and some fetch lands, and we play like Rest in Peace or something like that in the board. I don't know that you want to turn into a full prison deck. Like, prison decks aren't good in Modern. You want to actually kill people. Blood Moon doesn't help versus most of those. Blood Moon's like okay versus Amulet, but it doesn't help you against Tron because this deck doesn't have a fast enough clock. Like, did you not just watch us get just like completely destroyed while having a Damping Sphere? Like, did you miss that? Like, the people incorrectly think that Blood Moon and Damping Sphere and Alpine Moon, that these cards are single-handedly going to beat big mana strategies, and they don't. That's not what they do. These cards give you a chance to apply pressure to your opponent, but a lot of the time, a deck like this is going to, like, struggle to apply significant pressure, and, like, the pressure is genuinely more important than the actual disruption. That's why the decks that, like, have genuinely good Tron matchups are decks that, like, have fast linear kills on average. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. We've been on for 4.5 hours. This is just a bonus stream day anyways. I will be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time with me Mondays. Mr. Chow, I just play whatever people pay me to play. So whatever decks you see in the queue, those are the ones that we play. People that support my content dictate what we play and when we play it. All right, let's find someone to host here.